Alrighty guys, what is going on? Today we have something a little bit different here for you. Some of you may know Scump. He is one of the best Call of Duty players in the world and he does play for the OpTic Chicago team, the Chicago Huntsmen, depending on how you would want to refer it. I believe it's just the OpTic Chicago, somewhere along those lines. Anyway, this is his AK74u class here today. I believe there was a recent interview with Dexerto and he went through his AK74u class, which is one of the preferred weapons for a lot of the pros. Now, in professional Call of Duty, it is a little bit more interesting, and it's more based around who gets to specific power positions first, rather than just having a better overall class setup. So you will see that in some of these attachments here, how basically that style of play, getting to those individual power positions first, is actually really important. Anyway guys, just before we do get into Scump's best AK74u class setup here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. We're always on the lookout for the best class setups in Call of Duty, and this one is no exception. This AK74u class setup absolutely shreds, and of course it does come to us courtesy of Scump. Anyway, let's just get straight into Scump's AK74u class setup, because this thing is an absolute beast in this game. Of course, as usual, the timestamp for the video will be on the video's loading bar and of course in the description, so if you are looking for something specific, make sure you do skip to that segment. But we're going to start off with our secondary here first, the 1911. Essentially, you're just after a very close range weapon. We're not going to use this too much in the gameplay because we are focusing on the AK-47, but if you do need a sidearm, starting with the SOCOM Eliminator here, we get that recoil control with this particular option, but also the suppressor is very good as well. We're actually going to go with the suppressor here. We're also wanting those reinforced heavy barrels, basically for that extra damage range and of course bullet velocity. Then in the body slot, we want that 5mm laser for that 35% increase to our hipfire accuracy. Then we move to the 14 round fast mags, maximum magazine ammo capacity, and of course a very fast reload speed. And then of course the stock, the dual wield option really does give you a very powerful position in this game. Of course, you do need to be level 35 to unlock the dual wield, so keep that in mind. In the tactical slot, we're going for the stim shot because getting that extra chance per life is of course very important. You can use pretty much whatever you do prefer here, but I really like the stim shot. In the lethal slot, a similar situation. All of these are very powerful options in this game. It really does depend on how you do want to play. I like the Semtex, but the C4 is also a very powerful choice in this game as well. In the field upgrade slot, you can pretty much choose whatever you do prefer here. I like the field microphone because it does provide you that mini advanced UAV-like effect, but jammer, SAM turret, gas mine, depending on how you play, these are all good options as well. In the wildcard slot, we're going for perk grid because getting those extra perks is really more powerful than getting a couple of extra attachments most of the time. For our perks, we want that flak jacket as that mandatory option at the moment. There's a lot of explosives in this game at the moment, and this really does help us take more explosive damage before we do die. And of course, forward intel is a very powerful perk in this game. If you're not using this, really pay attention to this because being able to see where the enemies are respawning when the spawns flip, when they move around, it is really important to know. And you also get a larger minimap. In the perk 2 slot, you do get gearhead because those field upgrades are so super powerful in this game. And then scavenger because we can run out of ammo if we do go on those longer streaks. In the perk 3 slot, I like Ghost and Ninja here, being able to be undetectable by those spy planes, of course, and then staying very quiet as we are moving around. Now, of course, Scump's AK74u attachments, as we mentioned already, are slightly different to how you would normally run something like this and the class setups that we have shown previously. But we're just going to jump straight into it here. The muzzle starts off with that Spetsnaz compensator. This does give us 12% increase to our vertical recoil control, keeping those shots down and nice and easy to control. We do lose 8% horizontal recoil control with this option, but we can control that with something else in the underbarrel slot, which is of course the Spetsnaz speed grip. Normally we'd just go with the Spetsnaz grip, but with this option we do get 10% sprinting movement speed, which is very important for getting to those actual head glitches, those very important power positions first. And of course that 15% increase to our horizontal recoil control. Then in the barrel slot, we don't really want too many negative statistics. Do we just want to grab some bullet velocity as we can get here from the extended barrel, 40% increase. Say something like the VDV reinforced, we do lose 4% sprinting movement speed and 20% aim walking movement speed. So we are maximizing our sprinting movement speed. This is a very fast class setup. You might take some getting used to here because the mouse movement can actually be a little bit off-putting at the start. So once you do learn it, you will be absolutely shredding people here. In the handle, we are going for that GRU elastic wrap, basically for that super fast aim down sight speed increase of 30%. Massive flinch resistance, and of course aim while going prone. We do lose, of course, some shooting movement speed and sprint to fire speed, but again, if we go to the stock slot, we're looking for that KGB skeletal stock, which does give us a 30% increase to our sprint to fire time, and of course a 10% increase to our aim walking movement speed, meaning we can move around the map very quickly, and it does negate a lot of the negatives that we did get from some of the other attachments in terms of sprint to fire speed and of course aim walking movement speed. So in my opinion, playing with this particular class, this is a very well put together class, but we're going to jump into some gameplay as we normally do and explain how this gun actually works, and we'll talk about it more in just a second here. Alrighty, Alrighty, so as I mentioned with this particular option, basically this class is all about getting to those super strong power positions first, as we do have that super fast sprinting movement speed. So if we come on the outside, we should be able to get over here unless somebody has a similar build. We should be able to get here before pretty much everybody else. Like, this guy doesn't even know that we're here. He could not have said that we were going to be there. That's all that this class setup is about. It is a thing to be sort of moving around this quickly in the sort of pro scene. Basically, it can be a little bit more difficult to control than some of the AK74u class setups that we have seen previously. But it is one of those things that's just like, it's a little bit different, and it does take a little bit of getting used to in order to make the most use of this, because having this level of sprinting movement speed and this sort of level of aim walking movement speed can actually be a little bit tricky to use. Like, it is just a little bit harder to use than you'd probably expect, because you move around a lot faster. I think the spawns may have actually flipped here. They could be spawning towards C, so we just got to be wary of that. Really? I'm jumping at shadows here. Let's get over to C, try and take that out before it does get taken. That's always good. They're just going to take it as soon as somebody else does come over there, though. Nice. We're losing B. Well, there's going to be somebody... Oh boy, that was a little bit unfortunate timing. Just as we peeked out there, he came around the corner. That is not ideal. So just by virtue of being able to move slightly faster than usual, you just get to positions more quickly than other people. And that is something that people have to be aware of. Like, when you use something that does have very, very fast... Hang on a minute. Sprinting movement speed and you're playing an SMG, like, that is all you are after, moving around the map very, very quickly. So you can get caught in positions where you're not ideal. Like, if you get caught moving between, you sort of have to deal with it, and it's a little bit strange sometimes. It can feel a little bit weird with this class setup, but you move so quickly and it's a lot of fun to use. It does take some practice though, but all you are after is getting to those very strong positions on the map, because this weapon absolutely beams people at those close to medium distances. Just pre-fire him through the concrete pillar there. We want to come back around here. No, he's going to be coming this way, I believe. Just look how fast we are, man. We're so speedy. Let's just push him. Just so super speedy here. Just come around the backside again. We should be able to get through here. Get behind them very, very easily. We will put on our vest here, make it a little bit easier for us to take some bullets. The recoil control can be a little iffy sometimes. Like, it can just cause you to miss shots, which is not great, but it is still manageable. Like, you do still have I think that's what, a 10% increase overall to your recoil control, which is still, it's still significantly better than having nothing. But something like the Spetsnaz grip does make us a little bit too slow with this particular class setup. And then the pro scene, movement speed is just such an important stat. Like, being able to get to a position before somebody else, and because basically how it works is these guys have perfect aim. They do not miss shots, so they get to a position first. They should win the gunfight most of the time. That'll hit that guy. No? Okay. Can take some getting used to with this class setup, as I said, though. Not good. Bad timing. Jump out. Oh, God. I was lucky. The only thing we are lacking a little bit is, like, the reload stuff. So more ammunition or a faster reload speed. This weapon doesn't have a super slow reload speed as it is. So it is a manageable option, but we can always do better. You can always throw in something like 8 attachments if you are looking for faster reload speed and stuff like that. This isn't going to get here in time. I'll throw that there just to sort of back him off a little bit. Nope. Well, alright, that's fine. We'll come around underneath here again. Let's do it. Let's go, 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 go. This isn't the ideal distance to be fighting at with this particular gun, it does sort of struggle as you get further away from people, but we are, as I said, all about getting nice and close to people and absolutely shredding them, because this is one of the most powerful SMGs in this game. See, look at this dude, he doesn't even know. Maybe he heard us, maybe he didn't. Just want to turn some people around. Sometimes it's not always about capturing the flag on there. Sometimes it is just turning some heads, noticing that people, oh, they're capturing B, I better do something about that, and then you just sort of leave and do something else. Nice. I always expect people to be moving back through here. If you are sitting in this position, they should be coming over this way. No! So as I said, this is all about moving very, very quickly. So if we take on the left-hand side, we might even be able to get over to the stairs position before anybody even has a chance to get over here. See, like, just, oh boy, that was unfortunate timing. Stuck reloading and a cruise missile and just already thrown our grenade. Not good. Alright, we'll pull up behind that guy. He just... Nobody knows what's going on here. Chuck the... Oh, God. Secondary was required there. We still got pulled up on, which is a little bit annoying, but we do have our war machine now, which is always a good toy to play with. This is fine. The war machine is... I hate spawn protection in this game, man. I don't understand what the deal is with spawn protection. That dude just takes 2 grenades and he just walks it off. He doesn't actually care about that. Like, what's the point of having spawn protection from kill streaks in this game? Like, just let people die. It doesn't matter. So of course, another example here, we just pull up so super quickly. Check that out, that guy there. No, what? Oh, they were smarter than me. I got outplayed there. That was a little unfortunate. Again, super beast. Oh, of course, man. It's always a bloody stun grenade, isn't it? Isn't it? Anytime anything bad happens to me in this game, it's usually a stun grenade. Alright, let's go. I mean, look, man. Like, there's nothing that they can do about that. Just too much speed. Too much speed, man. You just pull up on them way too quickly. If you haven't tried this class setup out, yeah, oh man, that's bad timing. If you haven't tried this class setup out, make sure you do so, because it is an absolute banger in this game right now. We'll have our final thoughts on this bad boy in just a second here. So this isn't your conventional AK74u class. It is a little bit different to how we would normally build it, but this really does feel right. Like, this feels like how you should build a lot of SMGs, and this is sort of the playstyle that you should be going for. Sprinting to these super fast and very powerful locations, I mean, you should be trying to take those spots as quickly as possible, and with SMGs, and on certain maps, it's really valuable to be able to get to those power positions first, and that is what this class setup is built around. So of course, as usual, thank you very much to Scump for providing this class setup for everyone. This thing absolutely shreds people in this game. You can, of course, change up your attachments to how you do see fit, but of course, this is what he is running at the moment, according to the article that we did read the other day. Very exciting, of course. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this one. I do appreciate it. Of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do very much appreciate that, and it does very much help me out. There's still a couple of days left in 2020, which, oh, thank God that's almost over, but we are still looking for 4,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so maybe you guys can help me do that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, as I said, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!